Good evening, dear viewers. Hello and welcome to a new edition of the Daily Debate. I'm your host for tonight, Mohammed Abdurrahim. And tonight we'll be talking about two main issues: the Egyptian-Spanish strategic relationship and also the situation in Gaza and the continuation of the barbaric Israeli assault on Palestinians in Gaza. And with us here in the studio is Dr. Milad Mumtaz, the international relations expert. Dr. Mumtaz, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Mumtaz, dear viewers, I'll be starting first with the Egyptian-Spanish strategic partnership file and the activities of the Egypt-Spain Business Forum in Cairo that took place here today, and the Egyptian-Spanish Business Forum kicked off under the auspices of His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain and Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, the Prime Minister. The Egyptian-Spanish Forum began with a speech by the Minister of Investment and Foreign Trade, who noted that relations between Egypt and Spain are requiring a broader strategic dimension for cooperation at various levels. While the Spanish Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. José Manuel Álvarez, delivered a speech at the forum stressing that the convening of the Economic Forum in Cairo, attended by the King of Spain, reflected the strong and close relations between Cairo and Madrid, and he explained that the two countries share a common history and are surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea and face common challenges, making cooperation between them a fundamental pillar of stability and security. Of course, His Majesty the King of Spain and Her Majesty the Queen of Spain were received by His Excellency the President and the First Lady here in Cairo, and His Majesty also met with the parliamentary speaker earlier during his visit. With us now live over the phone is Ambassador Raouf Saad, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Your Excellency, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening, Mr. Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Saad. Now, Mr. Ambassador, before we talk about the economic file, could you tell us, please, how do you see the significance of the visit of His Majesty the King of Spain and Her Majesty the Queen of Spain in light of the strategic partnership building up now between Egypt and Spain?
This is the question that should be raised. Other than the look into the details, I think we have to talk about the strategic development of the relationship between Spain. And here we should not have, the separate or parallel tracks, economic and political. There is a package all the time. There are interlinkages between the two packages. And Spain is setting, I would say, something close to a very strategic precedence vis-à-vis the EU, vis-à-vis the relationship between each individual European country and Egypt, starting from their very progressive position regarding, the Palestinian issue, regarding the attacks of the Israeli, the barbarian, as you correctly said, barbarian, as I always say, it's a root country, it's a criminal agenda is being implemented, and the reaction. And here, the difference between many countries and what Spain is doing, that they are not, they are not satisfied or confined to statements, but their positions are associated with action. I mean, their action to recognize the Palestinian state, their action to suspend importing, military equipment from Israel. So these are, they are not just indications. These are actions that would self-explanatory, I would say, of a genuine position. And if we hear recently the statement by the Prime Minister of Spain, I mean, that if you don't know who's speaking, you think that this is an Arab citizen talking about, what's happening there. So that now
you're referring to the statement, Mr. Ambassador, I guess, when he said he was proud of his people. He was proud of the Spanish people for their support for the just cause.
Exactly. and that the genocide is being, implemented. And now, if you go coming to the economic track, if you want, or the business forum, this is again, it's not just a bilateral initiative. Because you should always remember that the EU is Spain is an EU member, and once you start setting this kind of precedents that is based on win-win interests and mutual benefit from the countries, why you have already an association agreement between EU and Egypt. This is would establish a new quality of a relationship that would open new horizons for not only trade, but I think it's good that Minister Khatib is there. They are talking about investments, they are talking about technology, and here again, as I always say, we are not looking for transfer technology. We are talking about indigenous technology. I mean, transfer technology is just you can get it from everywhere, and you have to pay for it. But still, the control would be within the hands of the exporters, not the importers. But for example, just to make it clear for those, well, if you are talking about the car industry, for example, do whatever you want. If you don't manufacture the engine, and this is the know-how, so you don't have a car industry. So that's what I mean, that you need to have the indigenous technology in order to have an ownership of the technology, and you have to make your own technology. And this, I think Spain would be one of the countries where gradually you would be able to get more technology on the basis of indigenous technology, and would open something another very important information which might be a bit absent. The EU has the largest research pool in the world. This is under the program of what's named as Horizon. And this is, that collects, or it's a pool of all the research centers in the 27 countries. When I was ambassador in Brussels, I was trying to get a kind of membership of this program in order to take part in designing the programs that would fit with the Egyptian interests and the Egyptian requirements. Recently, we got this kind of membership. So if you have now, through Horizon and through Spain and other countries bilaterally, then you are getting into a new partnership, economic, technological, scientific partnership with the EU. No matter what's happening with the EU, and no matter what will happen with the EU, but it is the largest partner to Egypt so far. So that's why, finally, I mean, the king who represents a kind of sacred symbol in Spain, comes with the queen, and they go and have a dinner, under, the pyramids.
Yes.
And that would be prior to the opening of the Great Museum. I mean, look at what's happening. You are, in a way, he is promoting for.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency Ambassador Raouf Saad, the former Assistant Foreign Minister, for your time and your insight with us here, sir.